Iced out to my lights out. Gangsta killer shit.
Shoot some with the beat.
Icy.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Never do without. Always hold your own, but if they violate, make his body shake like the Holy Ghost. Murder on my mind. Imagination devastating, never leave a trace. 38 special hold a shell case.
It ain't the turtle, no, I'm in the race. Tell me when I'm going, I be running, but I'm making pace. Niggas don't know, like a pencil, you would get erased. Niggas mad cause they put it on, tell them put a date.
Put a date, we was never fake. Pick up the leaves, so I grabbed the rake. Whoop-de-whoop, I was born to bang. Let me get it, something I gotta take.
Like who am I if I ain't got nothing to show for? Treat these niggas like the end of the summer, watch you fall. I don't settle for love.
What's happening, man? You already know, man. This is the bonus interview from Growth and Betterment Show. Yeah, I'm back at it, man. It's the Red Poet. This is when we go deeper. We go a little deeper. Because the people we interviewed, they expressed themselves, they broke down how they would like to express the concept of growth, knowledge, and betterment. But then the next generation right now has the floor to ask them a couple questions after hearing what they heard. So this is going deeper. So welcome to Going Deeper on the Growth and Betterment Show. It's your host, Red Poet. Let's get it. So let's talk back with the brother. We back with the brother Tyson. What's happening, Tyson?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
All
What's
is
up,
well.
everybody?
All right. All is well. So right now we have somebody right here, you feel me, that would like to speak with you about what they heard, you know what I mean, in the interview that we had, Born In, Not Sworn In, you feel me? That's what I titled it, you know what I mean? So they're going to ask you some questions, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up? I'm Lola. It's Lola Red.
What's up, y'all?
So yeah, I was listening to your interview and it was very intriguing. I was listening to everything you were saying. So I got a couple questions here for you. So my first question I'm going to start off with is, in the beginning you were speaking on growing up and being in Akron, Ohio and stuff, and you said it was kind of rough. So I wanted you to elaborate on that, on what you mean by it was rough.
Well, it was kind of like, at first it was cool, because I always had my mom and dad my whole life, and they, until they passed away. But my dad was he was selling heavy drugs, and my mom, she was the king's queen, excuse me. So she was in the streets doing her thing, and then my dad had caught a case, and he had got locked up. So when he got locked up, they took us. My grandmother called the Child Services Board, and they came and got us and took us away from her. My dad went to jail. My mom, she was a heavy drinker, so somebody slipped her a Mickey, so she went ziggity-boo. She didn't know who she was for a while. Then she snapped back by the grace of God. My
So you
dad
say it
went
was
to
more
prison.
like a lot more like environmental and like family-wise and stuff, as in rough.
Oh, yes. It most certainly had to do with the environment situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So my second question is, you were speaking on how you had growth and wisdom from school as much as the streets. So I wanted to know, on having that said, how long did you go to school in Akron, Ohio?
Oh, I went to school all my life. I mean, I dropped out at 9, but I went to prison, and I got my GED while I was in prison.
Okay.
But I always liked school, but I was too cool for school back then. I thought I wanted to, flick school and drive in the nice cars with the big homies and, just blind, lost.
Okay. What would you say about the school and the street smarts that helped you become who you are as a made man?
Well, they always say what don't kill you make you strong, and I'm a firm believer that. I say, if I would have never went to prison, if I would have never grew up like I grew up, like I would be like green. When I say green, I mean like I wouldn't know anything. I'd just be out here just lost. But going through my trials and tribulations, it made me stronger because I had to grow. Like I'm 43 years old, but just like last year or this year, I'm just now really growing. Just because you're adult, don't mean that you're grown, like mentally.
Okay, okay.
You know, and I've been in jail my whole life, and right now I'm just resurrecting myself into a different person, and I just feel like I tell my nieces and nephews, they want to smoke weed and kick it with their boys and all that. I just more or less say like, man, I started smoking weed, and then after that it started being crime. So I just want them to know that I did my prison time, all my years I did for them, so y'all don't have to go. So don't be out here doing stupid shit.
Real right,
You know
right, man. Salute to that, bro. Hey, y'all want to jump in real quick, man. Listen, man, I want to remind the people out there, man, like, share, and subscribe, man. Like, share, and subscribe. We are going deeper, man. We are going deeper. This is the Growth and Betterment Show. Let's do it.
So
Absolutely.
you had also mentioned about being in jail and stuff like that. So I want to know how it felt when you got hit with the 180 months, and how did it change you going to the feds?
Oh, what happened? What happened was I was riding in the car. I didn't care about nothing. I was selling drugs. I got caught with a gun, some cocaine, a scale, weed, or whatever. The police pulled our car over in the gang unit, and they knew who we was. And I was on papers, and they caught me red-handed. I ain't no snitch. I never tell on nobody. But I went to jail, and the feds picked it up, and they gave me 180 months. That was 15 years. So I ended up doing they armed career, man. I'm like, how I never been in the feds. I never got caught with a gun. People, us as, I ain't even gonna say black. Everybody's race has some family that's in prison, and everybody's been railroaded. But I don't let that hold me back or anything like that. But I ended up doing 8.5 years, and then they had knocked a new law change, so they appointed me a lawyer and knocked my time off.
Okay. So being in there for how long was you in there? 8 years?
8.5, yeah.
So being in there for 8.5 years, how did that change you?
It changed me a lot, because during that period of time, I lost my dad, then I lost my mom, then I lost my grandma back to back. So it really, just being in there, and because everybody look at jail like, oh, it's fucked up. It is fucked up. It ain't a place that a person want to be. But if you gotta be there, you just find stuff to do. I wasn't an angel. I gambled. I smoked weed. I did different things while I was there, but at the same time, I took the time to get enlightenment and learn myself. And then I was hanging with a few brothers, such as Brother Banks, and he always had some nice wisdom for me, and I had some for him. So, we just basically now, man, we just trying to make our footsteps match our words.
Of course.
You hear me?
So how did it feel when you were told that you were going to give them 5 years back and that you were a free man?
Oh, man, it was unbelievable. I didn't really believe it until it happened. But everybody was saying it, so I was happy. So I went back to court, and when I came back to court, I went from I had like 9 months left. But if they would have knocked no time off, I'd have had like 5.5 years. So, I gave a lot of grace to God. And, after that, I got released from that. And I ain't gonna lie, I got a little, like I always stress it, the flesh is weak. So, and I don't make excuses, but, I got weak from the temptation of the streets. And, I bumped my head, violated, went back. And, it was a lie made up on me. Everybody say, oh, he ain't lying. They said that. But, I had an ex-jealous girlfriend that I had to leave alone. She had put me in jail, and I wouldn't mess with her because of that. And, she went crazy and lied on me. So when I went to stood in front of the judge, it's the same judge that gave me 15 years. I stood in front of him. I said, they going to slam me. She told him I pulled down on her with a gun. I beat her up because she asked me about a job. It was just a bunch of lies, and it was watered down. And the prosecutor, they asked the judge. The judge asked the prosecutor what he wanted to do. The prosecutor said, I want to send him back. I want to send him back, and that's that. He pulled a gun on this girl. He's a violent person. He's been in a lot. And man, I'm just, and I'm in the courtroom just preparing myself like, damn, I just got to go lay it down, man. I ain't tripping. I got to lay it down, but I know what I got to do this time different. So the judge said, the judge override, the prosecutor, the judge said, no, I'm not going to lock him up. Because you could tell it kind of sounded like bullshit to him, too. It's the same judge that gave me 15 years. So I just knew I was going back to prison. And the judge, and this was God working, the judge said, I'm not going to lock him up. If I let you out, you'll get a job? I said, yeah. I said, yeah. So he let me out. He let me out, and I did what I said. Like 2 weeks later, I got a job. Pow! So I'm working. I'm doing that. Then I got another job. So I went to court. The last time I went to court, I went in front of the judge. He said, "No, I didn't even have to go in front of him." The PO, my lawyer, said, "Hey, as long as you got a job, when we come back next month, all that, they gonna cut you loose." So that's how it happened. So everything was going good, everything was going well. Then the pandemic hit. I don't mean to talk too much. Is everybody with me?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry, but this really happened.
Yeah,
But hey, so the pandemic hit, then I got laid off from work for that, but all the courts was closed. Now I'm like, dang, I ain't about to get off. I should have been off 4 months ago, and so I stressed about it, but I stayed focused. I didn't turn to the streets. I didn't say, oh, fuck it. Because when you say fuck it, that's when you really lose. When you say attitude like, fuck it, man, I'm back out here, or that's when you stop thinking you're going to lose. So,
say that.
Okay.
Right.
So with all that you had going on in your life and everything you've been through, I also heard you mention that you were wanting to make a book. So I wanted you to elaborate on that. If you were to make a book, what would it be about?
Oh, I was already started writing, but I never finished a lot. But most certainly my book is an urban novel. It's like a hood novel. And I'm mentioning some of my past soldiers in there. And how, a brother, he had an older brother that was in the game, and he was making big money, but the little brother went to jail, and his older brother got on the dope, and he was still selling and robbing. It was just, I wrote it, I started it, but I didn't finish it.
Okay.
But,
so what would you say it's mostly about? Like, what would be your message in the book if you were to finish it?
Oh, the message in the book, and it's an old saying, my dad always said it, a horse will run real fast, but not long. Like, and that's in the aspect that's in if you out here in the streets, whatever what you put out, you have to pick up. So if you out here living in these streets, you got to take what come with it. That be jail, death, or you killing somebody, anything, losing a family member. It's a lot to look at. It's a lot to look at.
Okay.
So
you also mentioned something about having both parents. Not a lot of people have that. So how was it having both parents growing up?
Oh, man, honestly, it was kind of stressful for me because I had to be when the street lights came on, and the party didn't start till the street lights came on. You hear me?
Yeah.
So then my friends, at school, I was cool. I was a class clown. I was fighting. I wouldn't go to school till lunchtime when the cafeteria is no curtains in there. My cousin pulled me up in the 6-fold or Rego, or I didn't go to school till lunchtime. Hey, man, I miss it too, because I love it. I miss like the school days and just showing up and everybody coming to pull in the parking lot beating, and everybody in the cafeteria looking out the window, and it's me. You hear me? I mean, it still feel good sometimes, but man, I'm sorry, man. I'm just kind of getting a little overwhelmed because just reminiscing, thinking like the person I used to be and who I am now, but I never really was a messed up person. I just was, lost. And y'all always remember this: a lost soul is a dead soldier. So always remember that: a lost soul, dead soldier.
So with that being lost, you also was talking about how when you were talking about growth. I heard you say that your best growth was self-growth. So I wanted to know, how did that play a part in you becoming a made man?
How did the growth?
Your self-growth.
In my life? Because like, you know, for being incarcerated and then getting out, and they making me go to programs like critical thinking and things of that nature, just like social groups. And you know, I was active in them, but just it was like 1 hour a day, and I'm like, man, it's the worst thing in the world. Damn, I got to go to this place at such and such, but it's only for an hour. But I got a lot of insight out of it, and you know, when I was in prison, I had a vision of things that I wanted to do and accomplish. So, you know, but I'm patient.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, those are the questions I have for you. I appreciate you answering them and giving me more of an insight, and everybody else more of an insight on it.
Oh, for sure. Hey, listen, anytime, that's my brother right there, Brother Banks. Anytime y'all have any questions, anything, need any insight on certain things or need me to holler at somebody, man, I'm right here. I'm all for it.
Alrighty.
Real right, man. Appreciate that, man. That's how we do, man, on the Growth and Betterment show, man. It only gets better from here, man. It only gets better from here, man. I appreciate you, bro.
You know that, man. You know, we walk that green mile, but, you know, we always build it on something. You hear me?
That's a fact. Always build it, man.
And that's like that law. You was my dude, and it was you know, you my brother. But it was like, man, we didn't really hang out because we was doing different things, but our mind frames was on the same page. But guess what? I always bumped into you in that library. You hear me?
Hell yeah.
Hey, man, I found a couple motions. You know, I bumped into you, and then I think, yeah, man, so what I call us, and not to get off track, I call us decorated criminals, because no matter what, they always gonna look at us as a criminal. You know, your background check and all that. Man, that's not what I did. It's what I'm doing and trying to accomplish.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So I don't care. I tell them, yeah, I've been locked. Yeah. Have you ever been locked up? Yeah, I've been locked up. That's what I did. Yeah. And I mean, what is the reason for all these questions about, you know, my past? This is what I'm trying to do. But you know, man, we gonna keep punching, man.
Right.
I want to get down that way, man, where I can talk to them in person, but let me know, man. I get down there.
Nah, for sure, man. We setting everything up, man. We about to have these, you know, events and everything going on. So I'll make sure you tapped into everything, bro. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah. Cause I'd rather be in person, man, where they can see me and see my body language and all that. Because all these things I say, man, it really happened and I did it. You hear me?
Nah, real right.
Yeah, for real though, man. Hey, I quit playing games. Hey, I quit playing games when my mom broke my Atari, man. That was a lot of years ago, buddy.
Say that.
Hey, get me off the phone, man, before I steal the show, man.
Nah, yeah, man, because I was just letting you say, hey, man, hey, no big eyes, no little U's, man. You the co-host, man. We hosting this together, man, my brethren, you hear me?
Sure, you already know, man. Wrap it up, man.
All right, bro, man. We'll tap back in with you, man. I'll meet you up in a little bit, man. You feel me? Appreciate you, man.
Say that. Man, I'm waiting on your call, man.
All right, for sure.
All right, brother.
All right. That's how we do, man. Just had to show y'all how that go, man. You know what I mean? This is how you know what I mean, communicate and build with your comrades, man. 'Cause we all in the struggle together, man. And we all gonna make it out the struggle. Why? Because growth breeds knowledge, and that's what makes it better. Holla at me. Thank you for kicking it on the Growth and Betterment Show. It's your host, Red Poet.
Iced out till my lights out. Gangsta killer shit.
Shoot some with the beat.
Icy.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Never do without. Always hold your own, but if they violate, make his body shake like the Holy Ghost. Murder on my mind. Imagination devastating, never leave a trace. 38 special, hold a shell case.
It ain't the turtle, no, I'm in the race. Tell me when I'm going, I be running, but I'm making pace. Niggas don't know, like a pencil, you will get erased. Niggas mad cause they put it on, tell them put a date.
Put a date, we was never fake. Pick up the leaves, so I grab the rake. Whoop-de-whoop, I was born to bang. Let me get it, something I gotta take.
Like who am I if I ain't got nothing to show for? Treat these niggas like the end of the summer, watch you fall. I don't settle for less, only play it like a dawn. When your pockets looking right, can't nothing never go wrong, God.
I'm so right, I don't need a left. Tell him if you want your neck, nigga, don't use a vest. I'm only trying for the fucking checks. Tell him if you want it, I'ma do it, but I do the best.
I do the best, God knows best. I stick it out, that's my chest. Y'all soft, never been a boss. I got everything, never lost. If you want it, we gon' fucking give it. I was born to be fucking with it. Y'all think it's a game, but it ain't, nigga. Look me in my eye, what it is, feel me?
I'm in the game, my haters is courtside. Talk shit, these bullets can fly like 4th of July. When it's wartime, better suit up, it's like a tie. Just you and I verse all, we always gon' shine.
We gon' shine like a diamond. Mess me, remind them. Fuck it, press play, then rewind them. We ain't gotta pause them. Hit these niggas, then I press them bullets, then they coming back, nigga, fast forward them.
Fast forward, I'm gripping, you falling and you can't get up. I'm gripping, you falling and you can't get up. My niggas gon' ride, we don't really give a fuck. If I got it on me, dog, you don't see it, means it's tucked. If I loose it from my hip, then nigga, really you fucked. Really you fucked. I'm gripping, you falling and you ain't gon' get up.
Let me open up this mental of yours and drop a jewel in it. When I was in the box, the well I knew was X'd out. Talk shit, nigga, you can get X'd out. We don't play games, higher than a plane. Mind too insane, I rearrange the frame, nigga. We don't play no EA games, nigga. Yeah, shit ain't the same, nigga. Up the toast and let it flame, nigga.
Just know that I'm Jordan, coming through the game like LeBron James scoring. Tell them niggas MVP, and if you know me, then I'm B-Live, rapping BBT. But I still got the shines, and they still with me. Huh? Double O and G's up, that's against the limelight when you talk about it with us.
Show some with the beat.
Thank y'all for listening to the bonus, and thank y'all for coming through and going deeper with growth and betterment. It's your host, Red Poet. Till next time, stick with us. Y'all know what to do. Made men and made women only. I thank y'all for listening to the bonus, and thank y'all for coming through and going deeper with growth and betterment. It's your host, Red Poet. Till next time, stick with us. Y'all know what to do. Made men and made women only. I thank y'all for listening to the bonus, and thank y'all for coming through and going deeper with growth and betterment. It's your host, Red Poet. Till next time, stick with us. Y'all know what to do. Made men and made women only. I thank y'all for listening to the bonus, and thank y'all for coming through and going deeper.
Iced out till my lights out. Gangsta killer shit.
Show some with the beat.
Icy.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Never do without. Always hold your own, but if they violate, make his body shake like the Holy Ghost. Murder on my mind, imagination devastating, never leave a trace. 38 special, hold a shell case.
It ain't the turtle, no, I'm in the race. Tell me when I'm going, I be running, but I'm making pace. Niggas don't know, like a pencil, you would get erased. Niggas mad cause they put it on, tell them put it